Let's try and run some reports now, and let's start with the general ledger section. Let's take the first one, graphical overviews of revenue and expenses for the fiscal year. Compare with budget values. Click Run. And here you see a total overview of revenue and expenses compared with budget. Below we have a 3D graphs of the same data. Let's go back and change the cost center to a specific cost center. Facility resources, for example. Run the report again. And here we see the different graph. Here we only have expenses and budget expenses. Okay, let's go back and try another one. Let's try the general ledger journals. Here you see a list of all the journals for June 10. You can see the status, whether they're posted or not posted. Let's drill down to this Canadian dollar journal. You can see the entered Canadian dollar here, and you see the accounted US dollar here. Let's go back. Let's try the account overview. Here you can choose whatever account you want to see. Let's take the first one, cash. And now you get a view of the total year for this account, which is the child account. You see the period net balances here and the ending balances as well. And below you see a graphical representation of the net movements on the left-hand side and on the ending balance on the left-hand or right-hand side. We can also drill down. Let's take number 8, which means the period number 8. And here we see all the journals that makes up those 8.6 million. And from here we can also drill down. Let's look at the Canadian dollars again. And again we see the detailed journal with the debit and credits. Let's go back. You can also choose a parent account here, and all the parents' accounts are listed below the normal accounts. So if we go down here to the bottom, you see here we have our parent accounts, and let's take 4,000 total revenue and run the report again. And again you get an overview of what have happened every month during the year. Let's go back. Let's try the trial balance with drill down. And you see we have the cost center segment ticked off as well, which means that we will get the trial balance including the cost center specifications. And here we have the trial balance, which should be 0 at the bottom. It is. Here we have the cost center segments. Let's take it off and run it again. And here you see the same report without the cost center split. Let's drill down to one of the accounts. Here you see the journal, and we can drill down to the journal details like this, where you see all the debit and credits. Let's go back and take the trial balance pivot table. Let's put in the cost center again and run the report. And here you see the trial balance, including the opening balance of the year, and the balances month by month by account. You can easily change data to year to date by clicking here. Now you see the year to date data. We click back again, see the period data. We can set a filter because we had chosen the cost center. So now we can choose to see a specific cost center only. So if we take this one, let's take leasing. Now we see just the leasing data. We can pick another one, Sales East, for example, and then we see only the Sales East data. Let's take them all again. We can expand the whole report. Click the expand button. And now you see all accounts expanded by the cost center. Change it to year to date. Go back. And you can include other segments if you like to when you run the report. Let's go back. Let's see something in the other modules. That means that we have to change responsibility. So if I want to see something in the payable section, I need to have a responsibility for payables, which I have here. And now you can see it's only account payables we can go into and choose reports. For example, the supplier master data, a list of all your suppliers with all the details. We could run a AP overdue transaction report. Like this. And this is an aging report. You have the total balance there. You can drill down to the specific invoice, double click, and you see the invoice distributions here. You can filter the normal way if you just want to see selected suppliers. We could run a payment terms report and see all the payment terms we have that we have set up in the system. Let's go back and change responsibility to another one. Let's take the receivables. So now I can only choose something from receivables. Here we have customer master, a list of all your customers with all the data, details data. We can also here have an overdue transaction report. And this is also an aging report. We have some extra columns here at the end with applied, adjusted, disputed, and credited. You can click on a transaction here and get the details of the invoice. You see we have all supplier data, we have the invoice lines, and we have the invoice distributions. Another example here for payment. And let's go back. Well, let's first see here. We can select specific a specific customer and look only at that customer. And here you see the total outstanding for that customer. And here we have the total outstanding for all our customers. We'll go back and change responsibility again. We can, for example, take fixed assets. And let's just one report. The first one here, fixed asset categories. And here you have your fixed asset categories. Okay. Here you have some details for more advanced users where you can see the IDs. You see the application ID, the ledger ID, the org ID, and the inventory organization IDs.